So welcome back, my friends, to another Destiny 2 Vespers host dungeon guide here on the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get some secret loot, do some secrets, and unlock some good stuff. If you do enjoy this one, leave it a like, subscribe for more, and all that good stuff. It really helps the channel. We do a variety of gaming content here on the channel. It's always a good time. Anyways, what we're going to be doing is teaching you guys how to focus into any single piece of gear that you want. So basically, for example, if I go over to my collections tab and I go all the way to the very right to the Vespers dungeon badge, I can show you all of the gear. And if you go to the description of any piece of gear, for example, let's say the arms here, there's going to be codes up here like 231. There's going to be codes for, like, you know, the auto rifle 4341, all these different codes, and you're gonna be able to enter them on this kind of machine here. But to unlock this machine, there's gonna be a bunch of steps. You got to do all these different steps, all these different puzzles, in order to unlock all the ability to enter all these different codes. So there's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4 different numbers, and so there's gonna be like a certain amount of puzzles you have to do to unlock the ability to enter one number, and then you got to do other puzzles to enter a second number, and then a third and a fourth. Now, there's some prerequisites to this. To unlock the first two numbers involves another quest step, which I'm going to link down in the description below, or not a quest step, but a quest line, which has to do with getting the secret class items. So if you haven't seen those, it's kind of like, looks like this on the hunter anyways. Looks really cool. I'll link this down in the description below, the guide on how to do that. That's the prerequisite to get this done. If you haven't done those puzzles, then you're not gonna be able to do that, because that unlocks the very first two numbers. What we're gonna be doing in this video is showing you guys how to unlock the second two numbers, which is kind of like a whole other quest. It's not an actual quest you have to pick up. It's sort of one of those kind of unspoken quests, if you will. Anyways, and now, then we're going to be able to enter, you know, any of the codes here to basically focus whatever gear that we want to get out of this chest, which includes gear that you have not yet got. So anyways, with that lengthy intro out of the way, let's go ahead and jump straight into this video to show you guys what puzzles do. Again, if you haven't seen the previous video, you have to do all of those puzzles first. Links in the description below. If you don't know how to do the dungeon, my guide walkthrough video is going to be also linked down in the description below for that as well. All right, with that said, let's jump into this. All right, my friends, so for the first puzzle, if you did the previous puzzle, which you have to do, like I said, the previous set of puzzles in order for these ones to unlock. Anyways, we're going to be going to the Red Heart room again, and after the first encounter. So complete the first encounter, and then we're going to be going down into this room over here. And we're going to have to do a little bit of math. There's going to be a bunch of keypads that are going to appear now, and what we're going to be doing is adding up some stuff. So as you can see, there's some blue numbers on the left that's 18, and then there's some blue numbers on the right that have nothing. And basically there's going to be some keypads around. So you can see there's a 2, there's 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 4, 1. And we got to basically shoot 4 different numbers that equal up to 18. So I got to kind of do a little bit of math really quick and figure out, okay, well, what's going to equal up to 18? So for example, if I do 7 and 3, I got 10. And then if I do an 8, that's 18, but that's only 3 numbers. You see the problem there? So I could do 7, 3, 6, 2, and that should be it, if I'm doing my math correctly. Math was not my strong suit. So we're going to grab the augment over here. I'm going to grab that augment to be able to shoot them. So again, I'm going to go 7, 3, 6, 2, and boom, we got it. 18. We can go ahead, we can grab and collect this little document or whatever it is off this little box. And that's the first puzzle done. Pretty easy. The first one's pretty easy. All right, so for the next puzzle, the third one, I'm going to backtrack a little bit to show you guys where I came from. This one's going to be over basically where you kind of went through like this jumping puzzle after you defeat the meatball boss or whatever. You know, you kind of come through all this section here. You know, that number was there. You go through like this kind of nest looking thing here. And it's right before security clearance number 2. You see there's a bunch of numbers down here. Security clearance number 2 is through that door, if you remember correctly. Well, there's a door in that room through that door. But if you go to the back of this thing, you see a bunch of numbers, and it's going to look very complicated. I'm going to simplify this for you. So 368, right? The 3 numbers above it, the 000, is the number that has to match this, 368. We have this number, the 2, and we have this number, which is also 2. We got to get 2 different numbers that when you multiply these 2 numbers together equals 368. So then these 3 numbers will automatically go to 368. So we got to come up with 2 numbers, okay, by shooting 4 digits. That's the tricky part. Now, there's a couple ways you could do this. Number one is you could literally just Google whatever this is. If you have 368, you can Google what number times what number equals 368. And there's some random website that I ended up coming across. I don't know, it's called Research Maniacs. I don't know if it's good or not. It's just the first one that came up. And it'll tell you every single combination of two numbers that you can multiply that will equal 368. Now, keep things in mind. All these different red numbers, they only go up to 9, right? So if I was to shoot, like, hey, again, we have 4 numbers we have to shoot. So if I was to shoot 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6, the 4 highest numbers possible, we would only get 30. So the 2 numbers that we need are under 30. So if you're going through this list of, what 2 numbers equals whatever number that you have here, you can just figure it out. So for example, for me, some of them would be like, well, 8 times 46 is 368, but 46 is too high. I can't get to 46 by shooting 4 numbers. The only option that I have that can equal 368 is 23 times 16. That is something I can do. Now, that's one way to do it if you want to Google it. If you want to do it a different way, you would have to take 368 and start dividing it from 30 and then down until you get the right number. So for example, if I get 368, and again, the highest number that I can shoot would be 30, I would divide it, let's say, by 30. And if it's not a whole number, again, that means if there's a decimal point, you write like a little period between some numbers, like if it's like 12.678 or something, you know what I mean? That's not a whole number. So that's not good. So I go 368 and then I divide it by 29. Can I do that? No, I can't do that. And I keep going down the list from 30 down because again, 30 is the highest number we can get until I get it. My suggestion would just be Google, what number times what number equals, and then whatever number you have here. So in my case, 368, look at all the combinations and figure out, okay, what are the 2 numbers, that are under 30. So I guess example, like I said, minus 23 times 16. Now that you have your 2 numbers, you got to figure out, okay, well, what 4 numbers do I have to hit to equal, for my case, 23 would be my first number. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Give me 1 sec because my brain isn't braining right now. Okay, so if I want to get 23, I'm going to have to hit 7385. So I'm going to grab the augment here. I'm going to hit 7385. So there's 5 there, 7385. 7385, right? 73, there's 7. And then what do I need? 3. Where's my 3 at? 7385. Hello, Mr. Number 3, where are you? Oh, no. Oh, it's right here. Okay, there you go. Perfect. 7385. If I look at this, there you go. I got 23. The next number I'm going to need is 16. Okay, so I'm going to pop my augment back in here, and I'm going to figure out, okay, what do I need to get to 16? I just like starting with a 7 and a 3, so I'm going to start with a 7 and a 3, and hopefully I don't mess this up as I'm going along. So that's 10. I need 16. That'd be like a 4 and a 2. So I need a 4 and a 2. Where's my 4 and where's my 2? There's a 1 there. There's a 4 here. Where's my 2? I actually don't know where the 2s are at. Oh, never mind. Teammate coming in clutch again. 4 and a 2. There you go. I got it. 23 times 16 is 368. Go ahead, pick up your code right here in the terminal. And that's going to be another puzzle complete. If you have any questions, by the way, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully that helped you out. The best way, the most simple way I can kind of figure out to explain it. So we're not done yet, but I want to show you guys, since the last puzzle is right beside this kind of terminal, we can now input 3 numbers. Now, obviously I don't have 3 numbers available because, again, if you watch the original video, the final step of my original puzzle video and basically how to unlock the secret class items, I show you guys in there where all 4 locations for these numbers are. Maybe I'll reiterate it again at the end of this video. But anyways, once I have all 4 numbers, there's going to be an augment here and I'm going to be able to shoot 3 numbers now. But we still have to unlock the 4th number because we need the ability to shoot 4 numbers, not just 3. That said, 3 numbers can get you certain things, but let's go do the 4th one as well because we got to be thorough and complete. All right, so for the next puzzle, it should be the last puzzle. It's pretty intricate, but what we're going to be doing is going kind of right past. So back here was where we had the second clearance room over there. When you go through here, you're going to find the machine priest or whatever. Then you got this jumping platform kind of section, the second half of it, which leads you to the final boss over there or whatever. We're going to be jumping right over here to the left platform. And there's going to be somebody kind of tucked inside here we got to kill, which is this guy right here. Not very hard to kill. When you kill him, he's going to have the operator. The operator's just going to go right over here, the augment. But you can see there's a bunch of dialogue happening. And there's all these different platforms and pillars, okay? And there's a chest in the middle, which is to reboot the system. So we're going to go ahead and reboot the system, just in case. Access permissions reset. So we got pillars. We got top left, top right. Okay, looking at the chest, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So again, everything I'm going to be talking about is going to be from this perspective right here, as if we're looking at the chest coming into the room. Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Keep that in mind. I'm basically going to walk you guys through the entirety of how to do this. Credit where credit is due. I seen this come from Scaro9. I'll try to remember to link his YouTube down in the description below. I by no means figured this out because I don't even know how somebody figures this out. So we're going to walk through this one step at a time. The first thing we're going to be doing is going to the top right machine, and we're going to be activating this machine. Once we do that, we're going to be going to the top left machine and entering 1 and then 3 zeros. So 1, sorry, I got to get actually the operator. Make sure you do have the operator over here. So again, make sure the top right machine is activated. Then we're going to be going 1 0 0 0. Okay, 1 0 0 0. And then what we're going to be doing next is going to the bottom right machine, which is going to be over here. We're going to activate this. Then we're going to be going to the top right machine and entering in 4114, or sorry, 4114. So 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, hold on. 2 3 and then a 4. It takes a minute for it to kind of register. Then we're going to be going to the bottom left machine over here, activating this console. And then we're going to be going to the bottom right machine over here and shooting 0. Wait for it. 0 1 1. Okay. After this, we're going to be going to the top left machine and we're going to be activating this. We're going to be going to the bottom left machine and hitting the number 1 right over here. Okay. After this, we're going to be going to the bottom right machine and we're going to activate this console. Then we're going to go to the top left machine and we're going to enter, let me go over here, 0 1 0 0. Okay, 0 1 0 0. We're going to be going to the bottom left machine over here, activate that. We're going to be going to the bottom right machine and we're going to be entering 0 0 1 0. Okay. Bottom right machine. So we're still here actually. We're going to be activating this one. We're going to be going to the bottom left machine over here and shooting the number 3. Once we shot the number 3 on the bottom left machine, we're going to be going to the top right machine. That's going to be all the way over here. Once we go and do that, we're going to be going down and shooting number 3 on the bottom left machine. So number 3 right here. Then we're going to be going to the top left machine and activating this console. Then we're going to go to the top right machine and entering 114. So it's going to be 1 1 4. Okay. Top right machine still. We're going to be activating this console. There we go. We're going to activate this console. We're going to be going to the top left machine. If I can get over here. Top of the machine, we're going to be going 0 1. Let me reload. And then it's going to be 0 1 0 1. We're going to be going, actually staying here at the top left machine, activating this console right here. Then we're going to be going to the top right machine, which is over here. And we're going to be entering 1 2 1 1 4. 1 1 4. Then we're going to be going to the bottom left machine and activating this. Then we're going to be going to the top left machine and entering 0 0 1 0. So 0 0 1 0. Then on the 0 0 1 0, we're going to be going to the bottom right machine over here and shooting 0 1 1 1. 0 1 1 1. Once you do that, we should be complete. We should see all the electricity kind of going in the central panel there. It's going to open this up. You're going to get the masterwork objective complete for the icebreaker. I don't even have the icebreaker yet. And you're also going to get some loot. And there's going to be some dialogue. I'll let the dialogue play for, you know, your guys' end and my end. I'll skip through. And then I'll show you guys what to do after that. Okay, so that's basically how you do that. I will say that because that sounded so kind of complicated, I'm just going to copy paste the notes that I wrote down, if I remember correctly, to do it down in the description below or in a pinned comment or something, just so you can look at it like that as well as you're going through it. But if you need to see what I'm doing, you can, again, watch the gameplay. But that's going to be this puzzle complete. And we just have one other thing to show you guys, and that should be it. Okay, so now that we have all of the puzzles done, what we're going to have to do is basically get these 4 different numbers, okay? So we've unlocked the ability for them to show up, but we have to go through the dungeon, which is basically starting from right after the first encounter to all the way to basically where we're at right now. So I'm going to basically, I'm just going to run the section of my last video, because I explained this in my last video where we did the previous puzzles. And if you haven't seen that section, I'll just run that segment again right here in this video for you guys as well. So let me show you that right now. We're gonna have to shoot these 4 kind of oval number pads that are gonna be scattered throughout the dungeon. 2 of them are gonna be right before the second encounter, the meatball boss fight. When you kind of come up the ceiling here, this is right after you actually did the 5 nuclear cores to avoid the servitor meatball, as I call him. We're gonna go through these doors here. If my teammate follows me here, we're gonna go right through both of these doors. But when you go through this door right here, the first number is actually gonna be right above it. So we're gonna look around, we're gonna shoot it, and there you go. That's gonna be the first number. We're gonna have a second number. If we just kind of move up a little bit ahead through this, just before the meatball, like right before the servitor meatball boss fight. So as you get to the spot right here, when you kind of come down this big ramp, you come down here, usually you're going to go right for the actual boss fight, which is right down there. If you look over here to the left, there's going to be another kind of pad on the wall, a little oval thing. You're going to shoot it. The number should stay still, and that's going to be the second keypad done. After this, we're going to do the actual boss fight, the second boss fight, that is, the second encounter, and then I'll show you guys where the other 2 pads are after that. All right, so after you beat the servitor meatball boss, the second encounter, once you get to the Briggs here, what we're going to be doing, I keep saying Briggs with a plural, but anyways, what you're going to be doing is once you get to this platform, you're going to look right up here and you're going to shoot this number pad. I already shot it, so I guess it doesn't have to be in a single run, because I actually shot this one in a different run. So you can do this, I guess, in multiple different runs, because that number is actually completely still, which means that I've already done it. So I'll show you guys where the next location is, which we're just going to be going kind of right through here. All right, guys, so once you get through this next platforming section over here, and you're kind of going towards this section here, if you look back on the wall, there's going to be another number right up there. So make sure you guys go ahead and shoot that number as well. It's going to be the 4th one. And at this point, what we're going to be doing is just kind of heading through back to the secret room number 2, which is actually just through this door right here. Okay, so once you've hit the 4 numbered panels, the 4 kind of black panels that are scattered throughout the dungeon up until the halfway point, and you get to this second room clearance area, again, where we did the last puzzle was kind of that way. Either way, you got to go through this and you know, consecutively hit all the numbers. We can go into this room once again. We can grab the operator augment tool, whatever you want to call it. We can activate this panel, and then we can start shooting numbers. What I actually want to do before I start doing that, though, is I want to show you how you can actually get very specific gear, and it could be gear that you don't even have. So if you go over to, for example, to collections, and we go all the way to the very right of the badges, there's kind of the easiest way to see all of the different gear. And we go to the Vesper tab. Sorry, I don't know if you've seen that I clicked it, but right here, the Vesper's host dungeon tab. You can see all the gear here. Now, there's actually only one piece of gear I'm missing on my Hunter, which ironically is the helmet. So I will show you that, because you can get gear that you don't yet have, but I pretty much have all of the other gear anyways. So if I push triangle on any piece of gear, if you look at the top in the description, you can see, for example, the helmet is going to have a code that says 124. All of the armor is going to have a 3-digit code. As you can see, this one here is going to be 412, and so on and so forth. The weapons, on the other hand, they are going to have a 4-digit code. So that's why you need to do the final step that we went through a second ago with like the big room with kind of the binary code kind of stuff where we were going from pillar to pillar. If you just want the actual armor, then you don't have to do that step. That step will unlock so you can actually hit a 4th entry as well, which will allow you to have 4 digits to be able to unlock, you know, weapons and whatnot. So for example, 4341 would be the auto rifle for the dungeon, and so on and so forth. Now, because I'm missing the helmet, I want to show you guys the helmet, because again, this is just something I don't yet have. So it's going to be 124 I'm going to be entering. So again, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to make sure that this was activated, which it was. And again, it's going to be 1, 2, 4. And again, I could shoot a 4th number, but I don't want to. Once I do that, I can actually go ahead and I can grab it out of the chest, and then I'm going to be able to basically get my my gear. If you mess up, you can hit the reset key right here. And again, once you've activated this terminal and you have this on right here, you just go 1, 2, 4, you should be able to open up the chest and you'll be good to go. Example, if you want to do the auto rifle, it was what, at 4, 3, 4, 1. So you can see I have 4 numbers entered there. Then I would go up to the chest, I would hold it, and then I would get my gear. I can't get it because apparently I've already done it for this, I guess, this week. I think it's, like I said, a weekly thing. Might be a daily thing. I'm not sure, you know, at the time of recording this. But again, access was granted. As you can see, my son got gear here because, you know, he has not opened it on this character, but I guess I have on this character. So I only have one other character, I think, or maybe I've already done them all. It's been confusing. I've been going through all the characters trying to get you guys these guides out. So the point is, you can only do this whole chest thing. I think it's probably going to be once a week. Again, it could be once a day, you know, hypothetically, but usually this kind of thing is going to be, you know, reset at reset, which is once a week. So I hope this video guys helped you guys out. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. A lot of different puzzles to do. Again, you have to do all the previous puzzles if you've never done those. Links will be in the description for that. Also the puzzle, the walkthrough and the guide on how to actually do the dungeon if you've yet to do that, which would be kind of funny if you're watching this video first, but hey, watch them in whatever order you want. The point is, you got to do them in a specific order though, when you actually get into the dungeon. So leave your questions down below. If you have any thoughts, additional thoughts, things I've maybe, you know, forgot to mention, because there is a lot to mention, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that covers everything. Leave it a like, subscribe for more. Until the next one, game on. We'll see you guys soon. Hey you! What are you doing? Join the Skeleton Army! Do it today! Don't wait till tomorrow because tomorrow might never come. The Earth is gonna fade, that's inevitable. The next second of your life's not even promised, so you better think about where you're going, and you might as well just join the Skeleton Army. Plus, we do kinda like you a little bit, so it'd be nice to see you around here. But if you don't want to, hey, your loss. See you later!